Let's talk about one of the most powerful documents you might ever own. And no, I'm not talking about a diploma or a deed. I'm talking about your passport. Today, we're going to dig into why some of these little booklets are basically keys to the entire world, while others, well, they keep doors firmly shut. You know that feeling, right? You're scrolling online, you see a ridiculously cheap flight to somewhere amazing, Paris, Tokyo, you name it, and you think, wow, I could just go, like right now. For some people, that's not a fantasy. That's just a Tuesday. But for so many others, it's completely out of reach, blocked by this invisible wall. So, what is that wall?
Okay, picture this. You have two travelers. They both want to take the exact same trip. Traveler A finds that cheap flight, clicks buy, packs a bag, and heads to the airport. Easy. But Traveler B, their journey starts with a mountain of paperwork, a long, complicated, often expensive visa application. We're talking bank statements, letters of intent, and then they just have to wait, sometimes for months, with absolutely no guarantee they'll even be approved. Same dream, two completely different worlds. Why?
Well, the difference isn't the person, their desire to travel, or how much they've saved. It's all about the power, or a lack of it, held within that little document they carry, their passport.
This is what experts call passport power, or sometimes travel freedom. And it's actually pretty simple. It's the number of countries you can just decide to visit on a whim without having to ask for permission, a visa, way in advance.
And the difference in this power is just staggering. If you hold a top-tier passport, say from Singapore or Spain, you can walk into over 190 countries, no questions asked. A mid-tier one, like from the United States, still gets you into about 185 places pretty easily. But then you look at the other end of the spectrum. A passport from a country like Afghanistan? It offers visa-free access to fewer than 30 countries. This isn't just a gap, it's a massive chasm.
And listen, this goes so far beyond just being able to take a vacation. This difference in passport power creates a huge difference in life opportunities.
Just think about what this freedom really unlocks. If you're a student, it means being able to apply to the best universities in the world without a giant visa headache. If you're a professional, it means getting that dream job offer in another country and actually being able to take it. It's the freedom to move, to learn, to work on a global stage. It's a clear pathway to building a different kind of life. So here's the bottom line. Your passport doesn't just decide where you can go on holiday. It can literally shape your entire life story. Your education, your career, how big you're allowed to dream. It either opens or closes the doors to who you can become. Which of course brings us to the biggest question of all. What is it that actually determines how powerful a passport is? Is it about how rich a country is? How big it is? Is it something you can earn through merit?
No, really, let that sink in for a second. What's the one thing, more than anything else, that decides whether you're Traveler A or you're stuck being Traveler B?
That's it. Plain and simple. The single biggest factor that determines your freedom to move around the planet is something you had zero control over, where you happen to be born.
This is exactly what people mean when they talk about the birthplace lottery. It's this idea that the passport you're given is just a consequence of pure chance, of geography. It's a ticket you're handed at birth, and that ticket might be first class, letting you go anywhere, or it might barely let you leave your own neighborhood.
And once you start to see it that way, it kind of forces you to rethink this whole idea of global mobility. It's not really something people earn, is it? For most, it's just about luck.
We love to believe our lives are defined by hard work, by the choices we make, but the ability to even apply that hard work on a global scale, that's often decided for us before we can even walk. The freedom to travel, to study abroad, to work internationally, it's a privilege that this quiet, invisible system just hands to some and denies to others, all based on an accident of birth.
So that leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. If our access to the world's opportunities is so heavily weighted by the luck of the draw, how does this invisible lottery really shape our global society? How does it affect our economies, and maybe even our ideas about what's fair? That's definitely something worth chewing on. Thanks for tuning in.